Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into one of the biggest government job opportunities of the year, the 2025 Intelligence Bureau recruitment for security assistants and executives. If a career in national security has ever been on your radar, you are definitely going to want to stick around for this. Okay, let's just jump right in. That number you're looking at, it's not a typo. The Intelligence Bureau has announced nearly 5,000 vacancies all across the country. This is a huge recruitment drive, and today we're going to make sure you have everything you need to know about it. You know, our whole goal here is to make this simple. We're taking that dense, official notification and turning it into a clear, step-by-step guide. We'll cut through all the jargon so you can focus on what really matters, getting your application right. So here's how we're going to break it all down for you. We'll start with just how big this opportunity is, then we'll get into what the job's actually about. After that, we'll cover eligibility, the three-part exam, how to apply, and we'll wrap up with the dates you absolutely can't miss. Let's get into it. First things first, let's really grasp the sheer scale of this recruitment. We're not talking about a handful of jobs scattered around. No, this is a massive, nationwide hiring effort with real opportunities in pretty much every corner of India. So just how big are we talking? Well, Delhi is leading the pack with over 1,000 vacancies alone. But look, it's not just about the capital. You've got hundreds of posts in places like Trivandrum, Ahmedabad, Chennai, and Kolkata. The real takeaway here is that no matter where you are, there's a very good chance that a significant number of these jobs are open right near you. Okay, so we know there are a ton of openings, but what exactly is a security assistant or executive? Let's jump into our next section and find out what the job is really like, and of course, what's in it for you. So in government speak, this is a Group C post. Now, what does that actually mean? Well, think of it this way. You'd be part of the operational backbone of the central government. It's a non-gazetted, non-ministerial role, which means it's all about the executive work, the nuts and bolts of the government's machinery. All right, let's talk perks. The pay scale is level 3. But the real highlight here is that special security allowance. It adds an extra 20% on top of your basic pay, which is a big deal. You also get paid in cash for holiday duties. Now, what's the trade-off? You have to be ready for the all-India transfer liability. This is a role that could take you anywhere in the country. Okay, now for what might be the most important part for any applicant, your eligibility. Think of this as your personal checklist. Before you even think about applying, you've got to be sure you can tick these 3 boxes. These 3 requirements are super straightforward, but they are absolute deal breakers. 1, you need to have passed your 10th class. 2, you must have a domicile certificate for the state you're applying in. And 3, you have to know one of the local languages for that state. And when they say no, they mean you can read it, write it, and speak it fluently. Let's talk age. The standard window is 18 to 27 years old, and that's based on the application closing date of August 17th, 2025. But, and this is a big but, pay very close attention to the age relaxations. You get an extra 5 years if you're an SC or ST candidate, 3 years for OBC, and there are even special rules for widows and divorced women that can push the age limit up to 35 or 40. It's really crucial you check exactly where you fit. Now, this is a really critical point from the official notification that we have to highlight. The job of security assistant or executive hasn't been identified as suitable for any category of persons with benchmark disabilities. So, if you fall into one of these categories, the advice is not to apply for this particular post. So, if you've ticked all those eligibility boxes, that's awesome. Now, let's break down how you actually get the job, the 3-tier selection process. This is basically the roadmap for the challenge that's ahead of you. Tier I is your first big hurdle. It's a 100-mark online exam, and you can see it's really heavy on general awareness and your quant and logic skills. But the most important rule on this entire slide? The negative marking. Every single wrong answer costs you 1/4 of a mark, so your strategy for which questions you even attempt is going to be absolutely crucial. After you get through Tier I, you move on to Tier 2. Now, this test is totally different. It's not about general knowledge, it's purely a test of your language skills. You'll have to translate a 500-word passage from your local language into English and do another one from English back to your local language.
It's all done offline, and it's worth 50 marks.
And listen at this. This is a quote taken directly from the notification itself. Tier 2 is qualifying in nature. What does that really mean? It means your score here doesn't get added to your final total. You just need to get 20 out of 50 to pass and move on. It's a gateway, not a competition.
And that brings us to the final stage, Tier 3. This is a 50-mark interview and personality test. Your final spot on the merit list comes down to your combined scores from Tier I and this interview. If you pass that, you're on the home stretch. Just a character verification and a medical exam away from sealing the deal.
Okay, let's get practical. You're eligible, you know the exam process. So, how do you actually apply? This section is your playbook for getting that application in and getting it in correctly.
The fee structure can seem a little confusing at first, but it's pretty simple. Everybody pays a 550 rupee recruitment processing charge. Then, if you're a male candidate from the general, EWS, or OBC categories, you also pay a 100 rupee examination fee, so your total is 650. Everyone else, including all female candidates and all SC/ST candidates, only pays the 550 rupee processing charge.
Applying is a pretty standard 4-step online process. First, register on the official websites. Second, fill in all your details. Third, upload your photo and signature. Make sure they're within those size limits. And finally, you pay the fee. Pro tip, make sure you have a recent photo and all your documents scanned and ready to go before you start.
All right, we're at our final section, and it might just be the most urgent one. It's a terrible feeling when a great candidate misses out just because they missed a deadline, or worse, fell for a scam. Let's make sure that doesn't happen to you.
Get your calendar out because these are the dates you absolutely cannot miss. Registration opens on July 26th. The online application window shuts at midnight on August 17th. And if you're paying offline with an SBI Challan, you have until banking hours on August 19th. Please do not wait until the last minute for this.
And this is a direct, official warning from the Intelligence Bureau itself. Only apply through the official websites. That's mha.gov.in or ncs.gov.in. Do not trust anyone claiming they can help you or give you inside information. They're scams. The IB doesn't share anything with anyone. And here's some modern advice from them. Keep your application progress off of social media.
So there you have it. We've covered the opportunity, the role itself, all the requirements, and the entire process. Nearly 5,000 positions are on the line, a truly life-changing chance. The only question left is the one you have to answer. Are you ready? That's all for this explainer. Good luck.